So as usual, America's going to have to go it alone again. But also, I don't want to hear any micromanagement from the peanut gallery while we do it. I mean, you're welcome, world. But I'll be honest here. The pressure is mounting. Like, Trump can realistically, he has to tie this up in the next 2 to 3 weeks of these oil prices being high before it's actually like a serious political problem, especially for the midterms. Yes, they're still a lot lower than they were for a huge part of Obama's presidency, and they're lower than they were in Biden's presidency as well. But it's kind of like a victim of your own success here. People got a taste of lower prices because Trump did things that were, oil friendly. And now we want to keep that low. Democrat, look, vote. If you're thinking about voting Democrat over this stuff, you're not going to get lower oil prices from voting for a Democrat ever. But I'm in the camp where it's like, yes, we got to do something about it. And I got some ideas for temporary relief. The things that could happen tonight. Congress isn't doing much else. So how about a tax holiday until things get wrapped up? Did you know that a substantial amount of the price of fuel is taxes? The federal government takes about 18.5 cents for a gallon of gasoline and about 24.5 cents for a gallon of diesel. Why not suspend it? I mean, permanently, I think, but I'll take temporary for now. Hey, look, I mean, it's not our fault that gas went up, so why should we pay for it? Yeah, look, I believe Trump was right to do this operation because Iran needed to be dealt with. But Trump should also be prepared to make some cuts for you and I. Some states did this during COVID, and, that I think in this case, that lost revenue could be made up by, seizing Iranian resources. I know, I can hear the lips. Oh, Carl wants to pillage the people we're at war with. You bet I do. That's how it's worked for thousands of years. And the only reason we don't do that anymore, we didn't do it in Iraq either. The only reason we don't do that anymore is because these highbrow white shoe consultants think there's some gentlemanly rules of war. I can assure you there's not in war. You can do all your statesman thing you want from D.C., but at the end of the day, you got to send in people like me to go kill the bad guys to make your white paper worth the price that it's printed on. And if I'm getting shot for your policy, you better take what's yours at the end of this. Trump said this, too, once.
Iran is going to take over the oil. We should keep it.
Keep the oil. We should have kept the oil in Iraq.
We should have taken the oil.
Yeah, I think now we're going to have that opportunity. But I also couldn't help but notice that some Democrats have been chiming in and complaining, too.
Gas prices are going up.
Gas prices are going up fast.
Already we're seeing a spike in gas prices.
Really? As usual, no solutions. But it's also funny because I couldn't help but notice that the first clip, Gavin Newsom in California, they literally have the highest gas prices with Kelly's Arizona and Jayapal's Washington not too far behind. California is by far the highest price for gasoline in the country. And Newsom is out there complaining about this. That's rich, dude. Half the price of fuel at the pump in California is taxes. This is a man who has made fuel cost so much, more than anywhere else. And this is per gallon, by the way. The state excise tax, that's 60+ cents on top of production. State and local taxes, tack on another 10 to 12 cents there. Some underground storage tank fee, whether you store it underground or not, which comes out to another 2 cents. Then you got the regulatory and environmental compliance costs while they are bulldozing mountainsides for solar farms and letting their national parks burn up because they're not maintaining the forests and there's no water in the fire hydrants. They do have a set of clean air rules, though, which can add almost another 60 cents per gallon. You got cap and trade program, low carbon fuel standard tax. And there's a few other little ones in there for 1 or 2 cents add-ons with some green label in it. Mark Kelly in Arizona, he seems super concerned, but more than 50 cents higher than the national average. Jayapal's Washington, about $1 above the national average due to their climate taxes. 55 cents for state tax and other minor fees. So maybe Democrats, if you're whining about high gas prices, you should consider dropping all your ridiculous state fees, too.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.